If you're a startup and you need directors and officers insurance, this video has everything that you need to know. I promise. Hi, Ryan Hanley here, founder of Rogue Risk, where we do insurance differently, specifically by giving you knowledge and information to make the right insurance decision. Now, if you are a leader, whether that you're a founder, co-founder, or one of the early executive members of a startup, then purchasing directors and officers eventually becomes a necessity. Your board members, who are most likely also your investors in many cases, are going to demand that you have directors and officers. Now, you could just kind of go out and get whatever policy you run into, which is what many startups do, unfortunately, but that's not what I would recommend. Directors and officers covers board members and executives, that includes founders, co-founders, and their spouses, personal assets in the event that an employee or a partner or a vendor were to sue you for making a bad decision, creating an unsafe workplace. There's a whole myriad of reasons in which they can come after leadership. So D&O is leadership insurance. So in that regard, the key here is to find a carrier that understands what you're doing and has policy language that is broad and inviting. Now, what do I mean? There are many, many different kinds of directors and officers insurance. There is kind of bargain basement, non-admitted, kind of narrow exclusionary language, which is going to be the cheapest directors and officers insurance. This is not an option. Don't even think about this. I don't care how new your startup is or how much funding you have. If you need D&O, do not go this route. The policy won't even be worth the paper that it's written on. And then you have Cadillac policies written on custom paper. Probably don't need this because this is the most expensive. But in the middle, there are carriers who specialize in startup directors and officers. There are carriers who specialize in startup insurance programs in general, which will allow you to package your liability, your comp, your professional, your E&O, if you need tech or cyber, which you most likely do, in addition to what is really management liability, which includes your D&O, EPLI if you have employees, that's employment practices, fiduciary if you have any type of benefits program, that often comes in later, crime. You know, there's a whole package of coverages that a startup needs, and they need them really before you think, right? Before you really want to buy them. I mean, trust me, I get it. I started my business too, and I have to pay insurance premiums for my insurance agency, just like you have to pay insurance premiums for your business. So I get it. But my point here is you want to find an agent who can help you navigate this process. Now, I would love for that to be me, but it doesn't have to be. Find someone you can trust who will walk you through the policy language, because D&O, every policy is written different. It's not like an auto policy, and that's the key. That's what the idea I really want you to grab onto, is that a personal auto policy, they're basically exactly the same. I don't care what any of the commercials say, right? There's nuances for sure, but they're basically the same. That is not D&O. D&O has a very broad range of policy language, and something that is covered in one could be completely excluded in another, and everything else could look and feel the same, and the pricing could even be the same. So what you need is someone who understands D&O, who can walk you through the process, who's going to answer your questions, who's going to make your setup properly, make sure you're set up properly, and get it done in a way that works for you. And that's kind of how we work here. Obviously, I'm creating this video for a reason, not just to educate you. I'd love to work with you. If you think that this is a relationship that might be beneficial to your startup company, then reach out, 518-960-6600. You can call us. You can also text that same number, love text. You can visit us at roguerisk.com, or I'm sure there's a button or a link somewhere around this video that allow you to contact us. Whichever way you choose, we look forward to working with you.